I love creating tablescapes, especially for the holidays, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing some ideas on how to make some super simple and inexpensive table ideas for your holiday. I'm going to be using some everyday items that we have around the house and things that are in multiples that you can just pull from somewhere and place in your tablescape and make a really beautiful arrangement. So let's get into today's video. For the first tablescape, I'm going to do something a bit more whimsical, something you can even use for a kid's table for a fun addition. I always like to start with the table runner if I'm using my bare wood tabletop. Today I decided to use this piece of remnant fabric I got on clearance at Walmart. You could even use a colorful sheet, one that maybe has a Christmas print. The sky's the limit here, and the point is to use whatever you have on hand. Next, I added some greenery. Again, you can use whatever you have on hand. Even some cut branches and twigs from the garden will do. Now for the whimsical touch. I had these 3 gnomes. They are very neutral in color, and I thought that they would be so much fun to add to a tablescape, especially if you have a special table for kids. Using Elf on the Shelf or other iconic Christmas items would be so adorable, and just sprinkle some small ornaments around them to give even more of a festive touch. Don't forget to place things in opposite directions so that everyone seated at the table can have a view of the decor and not just make everything face to one side. To add some extra color and texture, I used moss-covered balls which I bought from Hobby Lobby a while back. They're excellent for bowl fillers, but I thought they would be a nice touch here. I also added some wooden tea light holders. I love these and use them everywhere in my house. If I can still find them on Amazon, I will link them for you below. Now, if this was truly a kid's table, I wouldn't add the candles, or I would add flameless instead. I really think these little gnomes made such an adorable centerpiece. For my second table centerpiece, I decided to add some fairy lights. This one is going to be super easy and something you can easily remove if needed to in order to add your meal to the table. I had these wooden snowflakes in my bookshelves upstairs, and I thought they would make for a lovely centerpiece. I love using wood. There's just something so beautiful and organic about it. Again, something as simple as 2 objects from my decor, and what a lovely table it makes. Very festive with not a huge amount of effort at all. For the third centerpiece, I am again using some decor that I have multiples of and that I can easily remove without disturbing anything else. I'm first starting with this wood tray to act as an anchor piece for the next items I'll be using. Again, I added back in the greenery. I really do feel that greenery, florals, and garlands are a must to soften the edges of the decorative pieces. I love adding metal and wood together, and I thought these little houses would make for such a pretty centerpiece. They do have tea lights in them, which adds an extra element of light to the table. I added in my vintage brass candle holders and navy blue candles to finish off this easy table centerpiece. These little houses are just so versatile and can add a beautiful touch to your holiday table. For this fourth tablescape, this is the one I'll be using for our Christmas brunch. I'm starting again with the lighted garland. To this, I added a dough bowl I had in my kitchen with these beautiful cement pears. I love these pears so much and I use them at every chance I can get. Now you can use golden pears from the grocery store for this look, even some red apples. Doing a mix would be beautiful as well. Be sure to add some sprigs of greenery to the bowl and even add in some bows or ribbons, which would truly be lovely. Next, I'm adding some blueberry picks I had on hand, which ties into the decor I'm using throughout my first floor here in my home. You could use a faux poinsettia or red berries or any other type of pick that works with your Christmas decorations. For the final touch, I added in my brass candle holders. I also have some blue votive holders which would have worked as well, but I really liked adding in the metal here with the cement pears. To set the table for brunch, I used my water hyacinth placemats. I just love the organic texture they add to the table. Next, I added my plates, and I'm only setting the table for 4 since that is all that will be here for brunch. I also added in these beautiful blue glasses I purchased off Amazon, and I will leave them linked below. And since I like to have a cranberry mimosa with brunch, I'm adding in a champagne flute. These beautiful linen napkins make for a lovely display on the white plates, and I'm using my silver metal napkin rings. And here is our finished Christmas brunch table. I really loved how this turned out, and it just works so well with all my other navy Christmas decor. And I am really looking forward to having that French toast on Christmas morning. And for my final tablescape today, I'm going to do something a little more on the elegant side for Christmas Eve dinner. I love that the color navy, which I chose as my accent color this year, can be casual or dressy depending on what you add. I really wanted fresh florals, which does get a little costly for my centerpiece this year. Corey and I went thrift shopping the other day and I found this beautiful bowl for $9. I thought it would make the perfect vessel for my florals. All the flowers were purchased from the grocery store. I would have preferred getting them from Trader Joe's, but we don't have one near us. I started by adding tape to form a grid over the top of the bowl so that this will hold my stems in place since I didn't have any of the floral foam on hand. I started by cutting the white florals and arranging them. Now, just to let you know, when you first start arranging these florals, they're not going to stand up by themselves, but just know that as you add more and more to the arrangement, it will go ahead and fill in and they'll look perfect. Be sure to remove all leaves from the stems because they will rot in the water and make that water smell. So just take a few minutes to clean the stems as you go. Now some of these white florals were looking a bit sad, but I went ahead and worked with them. I used 3 bunches of mixed white florals and 2 bunches of greens, which included longleaf eucalyptus and a seeded eucalyptus, and both made such a beautiful addition to the arrangement. These pine stems were painted gold, but they still smelled amazing, and it filled the whole kitchen with the Christmas aroma. And I continued to move the flowers around even after I started adding the greens to the arrangement. It's easier to find the holes once it starts to come together. Now this seeded eucalyptus was just so beautiful, and it draped so nicely in the arrangement. I highly recommend getting seeded eucalyptus if you plan to make a fresh arrangement for any occasion. Now I just kept adding greens until I had the fullness I needed. Any leftover stems I placed in another vase to keep in the kitchen. To the floral centerpiece, I added this frosted garland, which is already pre-lit. I just snaked it down the center of the table. Now, I do wish I'd had 2 of these to drape on either side of the arrangement, just to make it a little bit more balanced and full, but overall it worked out. To the garland, I added this wispy acrylic bead garland. It came in a 2-pack from Amazon, so I added 1 to each side. It is really pretty and adds a very elegant look to the table. I really thought that glass candle holders would be the perfect touch to this table, so I found this set of 6 in varying sizes on Amazon. They even came with the candles, and I will leave the link below. I love the flicker of candlelight inside glass. It is just so pretty. I spaced them on either side of the floral arrangement. Now to finish off my table, I went in with these gold chargers. I absolutely love chargers, and you can find some that aren't really super expensive. I have them in gold and silver and even a wood look. They just add something really special to your table setting. I then added my white dinner plates. Again, I added these navy chambray napkins. I also purchased some poppers from World Market to add to the tops of my plates, but for the life of me, I couldn't find them. I don't have any idea where I put them, and I'm so sad because they would have finished off the plates so beautifully. Maybe they'll turn up somewhere unexpected. And then I finished off the place setting with a beverage glass and a wine glass. And here's a look at our Christmas Eve tablescape for 2023. I want to say thank you to all of you for being here with me today. I had so much fun putting all of these tablescapes together for you all, and I hope that you found some inspiration for your holiday table setting this year. And again, we appreciate you all so much. Thank you for subscribing and leaving us such beautiful comments. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing to our channel and becoming a part of our YouTube family. And if you liked today's video, please hit that like button. We would appreciate it so very much. It will help us grow here on YouTube. I hope that you all have a wonderful Merry Christmas, and we will see you all again very soon. Bye for now.